Welcome to class, everyone. We are officially live. We've got beauty professionals from all around the world joining us today. If you just jumped on, welcome, welcome. I was asking everyone before, could you please let me know where you're watching from and what you do in your business? So hi, I'm Kim. I'm a hairstylist in Ottawa. I'd love to just get like a quick intro to you so we can see who's here. And before we get into it, there is a special show up bonus for anyone who jumped on live to the class with us. So there's a 2025 marketing calendar and templates. They're at the beginning of the chat. So if you just scroll up, there will be a Google Drive link and you can grab it later too. I'll send it to you later for everyone who showed up. The link is in there, so be sure to grab it as my way of saying thank you for showing up. All right, let's get into it. So I'm Stephanie Mitchell coming to you live from Italy, and this is a brand new class. I have never taught ads like this before, and we will finish up this hour. I'm going to try to keep it an hour and under with a 5-step blueprint to build your clientele when you're feeling insecure and you just don't want to show up online. This workshop is for the beauty professional who wants to get seen by the right kind of clients, but maybe you've been hiding. So I'm going to try to read every single comment here. So please do jump into the chat and let me know if you identify with any of these things. Self-promotion feels like a threat to our mental well-being sometimes. Type yes if you've ever dealt with this. It feels like every time you post, you're opening yourself up to judgment. You feel like you're putting your deepest insecurities on display on the internet for people, strangers, or people that you know to pick apart. Or maybe this is you. You hate showing up on Instagram, but you do feel an enormous pressure to post more and more content on there, especially more and more personal content. It seems like those kind of like personal, vulnerable posts can tend to get more engagement. But that kind of stuff gets you tripped up, and often it just means that you just don't post at all. So give me a yes if that is you. And everyone says that you need to act like the expert, but many of you are new in business. Some of you might be struggling in business right now. Your calendar is not exactly full, and you're secretly wondering if maybe you're even good enough to be doing this work. So how are you supposed to be showing up online as like the expert when you're feeling really fragile about your business right now? So type a yes if any one of these three resonates with you right now. We are in a safe space, and I'm so happy that we can go on this journey together. So Darlene says yes. Mattia says yes. Nicole says, I don't post at all. It freaks me out. Absolutely. I know that these three things get a lot of people tripped up when it comes to promotion. Liz and Marian and Lisa said yes. Nicole says yes, yes, and yes. So all three of them. What's required of us to self-promote our businesses in 2025? It sometimes feels fake and it feels uncomfortable. And you might be left wondering, like, is this the only way to promote my business right now? Like, are these my only options? Because if so, like, do I even really want to be a part of it? Do I even have what it takes to promote a business right now? I made this class for you if you're dealing with some of these things. I made this class for the online introvert. I know that there are a lot of introverts out there, and maybe you're actually like me, who in real life, you're actually an extrovert, but all of a sudden when it comes to your business, you change and you find that you hate talking about yourself, you hate showing up, and you're like, whoa, this isn't me. Or is it? I don't know. I don't even know who I am anymore. I don't even know how to show up. Maybe you have a hard time showing up because you hate how you look, or you hate how you sound. You're afraid of judgments of people in your mom's group, or maybe your church or your classmates seeing you promoting your business and being like, who does she think she is? Wow, that's awkward. That's cringe. Or maybe you feel inexperienced. Maybe you're new and you're feeling that huge imposter syndrome. Can we get kind of personal right now, guys? Like I said, I am reading the comments and I'd love to know. Nobody here is judging. We're here anonymously. Jump into the comments and tell me, what is that fear or that insecurity that holds you back from fully showcasing your business like you would like to? Is it the way you look? Is it feeling exposed as being not qualified enough? Is it something really specific, maybe like your accent or your backstory, or maybe something more general like, I'm afraid of getting on camera and looking silly, Stephanie? It can just be like one word or like a really short sentence. Please type it in. And I think that that will help us to create like kind of a safe environment here on this class where we all realize like we are in this together. And I'm here with you too. I'm going to read your comments in just a second because I know that there's a delay. I get it. I was there in my business for the first few years of having Sunny Store Marketing, my marketing agency. It was really hard for me because I was breaking into an industry, the beauty industry, with zero experience. I had never worked with a salon or spa in my life, and yet I was telling people like, hey, let me market your business for you. But why would anyone want to work with me if I had never worked with a salon or spa before? So rightfully so, I was really, really insecure. I was terrified of showing up. I was terrified of being exposed as a fraud and people just saying like, who are you? Who is this girl? So it's a really tough catch-22 situation. And like maybe many of you, my solution was just to like remove myself from the equation completely. Brand myself as Sunny Store Marketing instead of as Stephanie Mitchell, saying we instead of I, making it seem like I had a big team, never sharing anything personal. Essentially, I felt like there was like this big eye in the sky looking at me, and it felt really uncomfortable. So this is a screenshot. I wanted to show you guys this. This is a screenshot of what my Instagram feed looked like back in 2017 when I first started. Like I was nowhere to be found. So maybe you guys can relate to that. Let me just pop in the comments and see what you guys are saying. Marian says, I'm an older esthetician and I don't want to be seen with the younger generation. Absolutely. In the beauty industry, we feel like we need to be showing up a certain way with a certain look, and age can create some of that insecurity too, for sure. Or maybe you feel like people can't relate to you. That could be another thing. Virginia says, I don't feel confident in front of the camera. Honora says, feeling insecure, lost a bit of confidence, but I want to get back out there. And that's why we're here today. Darlene said, it makes me feel super vulnerable because I'm always also doing tarot. So I feel like I'm in a weird lane. People don't always understand, and I'm new in the aesthetics field. I love that you said that, Darlene, because I feel like there's so many parts of our lives, our personal lives, our interests that we try to hide because we feel like we have to fit into the mold of what someone in this industry looks like. And I hope that today we're all going to feel a sigh of relief of like, I can just be myself and I can show up however I feel comfortable with right now. So you don't have to type your answer out, but just ask yourself quietly, like that thing that I was doing where I was hiding parts of myself, is that something that you're doing in your business too? You're trying to like remove yourself from the picture so you feel more at ease. If that is you, you are absolutely not the only one. And I love that you guys are typing out your answers here. Thank you for being so real and so honest. Lisa says, I'm older than many estheticians and I don't know who I would appeal to, which is perfect. We're going to be talking about that. Who do you appeal to today? Liz says, my voice, get it. I don't hate my voice anymore, but I did. Guys, there is just so much insecurity that comes into building a business. So mix insecurity in with this requirement to build a personal brand and a ton of financial pressure to make this work. And it truly is a recipe for heartbreak and stress in the first couple years of your business, or even if you're further ahead in your business. It's not easy. Fortunately, there is another way to self-promote so that you don't have to hide, you don't have to hold back, you don't have to dread social media. So today we're here to learn to use clever Instagram advertising campaigns to connect with new clients who just love all those things that you're about, even your insecurities, even your flaws, without even needing to get on camera, which, like I said, I know is a big holdup for a lot of you. I have taught advertising to more than 1,300 students in my program, the Ad Lab. Some of you guys are on here today. Shout out to you guys, the Ad Lab students. And they've done some pretty cool things with their ads. And countless of them have built their personal brands that attract trust and admiration from clients without even needing to show their faces. So let's get into it. Here's what we are going to learn in 60 minutes on this class. First, we'll dissect the anatomy of a trust-building Instagram ad. So what does an ad actually look like? And what does it take to book a ton of clients from sponsor posts? So we'll go through every element of that high-converting ad. Then we'll put the focus on you. So this is perfect for anyone who was in the comments saying like, I don't know what clients want from me. I don't know how to relate to them. This is where we're going to put the focus on you in a way that feels good and not uncomfortable. So I'll show you how to uncover your secret sauce that makes you unique and authentic in a way that just clicks with clients. Then we'll get into the real meat of why you're probably here with the faceless video strategy. And then we'll learn how to sell with soul and confidence to anyone who contacts you through your ad, even if you're an introvert and you hate selling and you just don't know what to say. And lastly, I'm going to share with you my 5-step blueprint to launch client attracting ads that I teach in my program, the Ad Lab. So, are you guys pumped up? I would love for you to type like yes or go or like go for it or something like that. If you're excited to learn, get into it. If you're pumped up about this class, if you're ready to do something different and learn a strategy that is going to make self-promotion so much easier. So I get my energy from you guys. So if you could just jump in the comments, give me your encouragement, your positivity. It's not easy for me to be on camera either. It's not always easy for me to show up live, but one thing that does make it easier is knowing that I'm helping you guys and that this is exactly what you need right now. So jump in the comments. I'd love to see your yeses, your go for it, all of your excitement. I'm here for it. Danny says, let's do it. Whoop, whoop, says Nicole. Trudy says, you bet. Let's go. Okay, so thank you for that, guys. It really does make a difference to me. So grab your notebooks and start scribbling, because first what we're going to do is see what it takes to create an ad on Instagram that builds trust with clients and makes them excited to book you. So I love taking notes if you've got like a Google Doc, but if you've got a notebook, even better, because we're going to be going through the dissection of an ad. And before showing you the innards of that Instagram ad, I wanted to bring up a question that many of you are probably wondering since you're here on this class is, Stephanie, like, do I actually need a personal brand as a beauty professional? Or can I just like brand my business instead of myself while I do the magic behind the scenes? Do I really need a personal brand in 2025? Here's a simple answer. The reason that people are probably choosing you over another hairstylist or esthetician is often not because of your equipment or because of your training, but because of you as a person. And I know that that can make us feel really uncomfortable when we're having an identity crisis and we're feeling insecure, but I promise I'm going to break it down so easily for you. So here's an example. This is my student in the Ad Lab, Gordana. She's an esthetician in Croatia. And when she joined my program, she was just starting with 2 clients. And her business was incredibly slow. She was losing money every month. She was secretly borrowing money from her husband until she started her first ad campaign. And from that ad campaign, she made $6,000 from just 3 clients. So each of those clients was paying $2,000 with her, which is crazy. And the even crazier part, crazy good, like not insane, just crazy good. And the even crazier part is that one of these clients lived in another city. But this client told her, like, I saw your ads, Gordana, and I said, I have so much confidence in Gordana, I have to book her. Like, I don't care if she's in another city. So I asked Gordana, like, why do you think that there was such like a trust connection? And she said, when people saw my ad, they recognized themselves in it and they thought like, Gordana gets it. That is a really good reason to build a personal brand. And here's the truth, is that you're seeing people as a beauty professional in a lot of really vulnerable places at vulnerable times in their life. You're touching them, you're physically close to them. So it does take a certain amount of trust and connection for people to want to book you. And because so many people will encounter you online, it does take a little bit of that personal brand to create that trust. But here's the good part, is that trust does not equal influencer level status or lots of followers or even creating content that shows your face. Trust means being seen, being understood, and feeling a connection with you, that you are the person to help this client get what they want. So whether that is thicker hair, perfect brows, acne-free skin, And that is why I love Facebook and Instagram ads. So you can see here, here's one of my ads that I've been doing to advertise this class, this exact class. I love my ads because they sneak into new people's feeds that are looking for solutions like mine. They let me be as personal or impersonal, this one's just literally showing my feet, as I want to without needing to be designed for the algorithm, without like seeking that engagement. They're made to convert to bookings with trust building ingredients. And this is the part that I love the most. I can relax on Instagram. I can post as little as I want. Sometimes I'll post like once every 3 weeks. So I don't need to show up all the time. And I know for a lot of you who are feeling more camera shy, that can be a huge sigh of relief. In fact, let me know in the comments if showing up on Instagram is something that gets you tripped up from self-promoting. Let me just know. I have a feeling that it is, but just type yes if that's something that you deal with. Here's something that I've learned. We are in a trust recession online right now. So with so much AI generated content, so much fake news, there's so much bots and just like, you can never know what's real and what's fake right now. Our ads can be a beacon to client where we are building trust with every single element of our ads. So let me break down those elements for you. First of all, your caption. So this is the written part. This is the part that tells people like, I see you, I understand you, I am voicing what you want and what you need. I'm the person that you can trust to help you get there, to help you reach your goals. I know it seems kind of like deep and big if you're just like, well, I just do brows or I just do lashes, but there's actually so much psychology that goes on behind it. So we're going to dig into that today. An offer that says, I've crafted something exactly for you to meet your goals because I'm the expert and I know what works. And we can create an offer like this even if we don't feel like that expert right now. Next is a video that creates connection and a feeling that just by seeing your video in your ad, they get what your vibe is. They can imagine themselves being there in your chair or on your treatment bed. They can picture themselves being your client. And like I said, there's no need for you to actually be on camera here. And then a sales process that is thoughtful, that's not pushy, and it feels like real and human. From the questions you ask to your helpfulness to having a follow-up process that treats every single person who interacts with your ad like a real human. So those are the 4 elements, and hopefully you've been scribbling them down because they're all really, really important. Hope says, I'm in the middle of a divorce and it's hard to show up on Instagram. Hope, I don't know if you're Hope from the Ad Lab. I have a feeling that you are. I'm so sorry you're going through that. And I can only imagine when there is stuff going on in our personal lives that just makes us feel fragile. It's so hard to show up like that. So I really hope that today's class will give you some great ideas, Hope. Thank you for sharing that with us. So I want to show you a contrast here. So do you see the difference between a thoughtful ad that has a client at heart, like this one, and it quietly speaks to each person who might benefit? And then on the right, we have a loud, showy post with energy that desperately says like, interact with me, please, in order to feed the algorithm. You see the difference between this? How we have our ad on one hand, and we have these posts that are meant to feed the algorithm and get engagement and aren't necessarily there to serve our people. We want to do the one that's on the left. So I think you guys are probably with me here. Me personally, I don't care about likes and comments. I don't care about views and popularity. I care about helping people. And I hope you see that getting seen by the right people is actually helping them because you're putting a solution in front of them. Okay, so we finished that part. We went through the elements of high converting ad. Now let's put the focus back on you. Sorry, when I talk a lot, my throat gets dry. Let's figure out how to uncover your secret sauce. So that special mix of talent, story, and personality that you have that just kind of clicks with the right client. Because before we ever write a caption or film a video, we really need to deeply understand, who am I? Like, who am I really? Who is Stephanie? And I totally get that this can send us spiraling into an identity crisis, because really, like, who are we? We change all the time, and sometimes it's really hard to see ourselves clearly. And then we also think, like, well, who cares who I am? Does anyone actually care? They do. Trust me. It really does matter, because that intersect between your story, who you are, and what your clients are longing for, that is where the magic happens. That's where trust, connection, appreciation, feeling seen, feeling heard, feeling felt by clients, that's what can happen when you do the work to figure out your secret sauce. So let me show you an example. This is Tyler. She's a hairstylist and one of our students in the ad lab. So Tyler noticed that a lot of her clients with thick, dark, long hair often struggled to find hairstylists who understood like their texture, their needs of their hair. So she decided to own this, and she decided to really niche down. This is what her ad said. We can't just go into any salon. We've got a hair heritage, and it takes someone special to understand it. So Tyler realized, like, I'm not going to try to be for everyone. She said, like, I get you, I am you, and it worked. So this is the kind of message in your ad that will make someone stop scrolling and say, like, finally, someone who gets me, like Tyler gets me because she is me. You see how she's got that intersect between her story and her clients. Or here's another one of my students, Rosa. She's the owner of the Beauty Coven, and she calls the Beauty Coven a spellbounding waxing, lash, and brow studio for all genders and bodies that will help you find your magic. So Rosa knows that she, herself, and her business are not just for everybody. She knows there are lots of different waxers out there, and she has made an ad that is a magnet for anyone who will really click with her. So she said, have you been looking for a wax salon where you can gab about witchy things, true crime, someone who'll make you laugh and feel like a badass? So Rosa is really calling out her people who vibe with like the real Rosa. And you may not have a specific niche like Tyler, or maybe you think you don't have a really unique angle like Rosa's witchy vibe, but I promise you, every single one of you here has something special that clients are searching for. So here are 5 questions that can help you unlock the words that you've been searching for, the story that makes people connect with you instantly. So if you have a notebook, write some of this stuff down, and even like write down the questions, but even just quickly jot down your answers, because I really think that the first thing that comes to mind, like you can expand on this further, but I do think that there is some magic in writing down your answers really quickly. So first of all, your motivation. Why did you choose this work? What do you love about skincare, about color, waxing, lashes, facials? What lights you up? Maybe it's because you suffered from postpartum acne before and you want to help other new moms feel confident again now that you know what you know. You have something in your story that got you to the point that you are, where you're a business owner in the beauty industry. So your motivation is the first question to uncover. Second, your perfect client. Who is that perfect client? Describe her. Describe not just her demographics, but also how the service, the one that you want to advertise, will change her life for the better. The surface level benefits like clear skin, beautiful hair, perfect brows, those are great, but even more important are those deeper benefits. So you want to deeply understand this person's goals, frustrations, desires, fears. And once you know that, your ad is going to ring true for her. So maybe, for example, she's someone who's always had thin hair, always been embarrassed by it, but now she finally has the financial independence to invest in hair extensions that make her feel like a babe, a totally new chapter of her life. Uncover that perfect client. And I know everybody tells you to do this, but do it. Like, work on that. It makes such a difference. The next question to ask yourself is understanding the experience that you create for clients. So what thoughtful touches make appointments with you different, quieter, calmer, more inclusive, more empowering? Is it maybe having a working desk for working women who come and get work done during their appointment, or maybe creating silent appointments for your introverted clients. It could be so many different things, but I think it's really important to understand like what sets my appointment experience apart from other businesses. And then your clients' words, your testimonials. What do people say after you've worked with them? What compliments do you hear over and over again? When you can take the words out of people's mouths, as in anything, any reviews they've left you on Google, anything that they've sent you through text, through DMs, use those exact words, put them into your ads. When you use these words in your promotions, they just feel real. And you can actually learn a whole lot about yourself by what other people are saying. And then lastly, if you had a client who had a different hairstylist or esthetician and then came to you, what would be their reason for switching? Have you asked them? Really dig into that. Maybe their last esthetician didn't truly listen to them, or maybe they felt like she didn't care about ongoing education and keeping up with research and innovation. So these are your 5 questions. After this class, put on your voice recorder on your phone and just talk. Answer these questions, and I guarantee you will uncover some gems. And I actually just recently saw this. Like, I used my voice recorder app on my phone while I was making this presentation, and it has an automatic transcription feature. And then I took that and I put it into ChatGPT, and I was like, make my rambling sound less rambly, but like put it into a cohesive thing, and it works. So that's my tip for you. Ask yourself these questions recorded on your phone. So here's another example for you, a concrete example. This is my student, Robin. She's an esthetician with a natural holistic vibe. So Robin grows herbs in her garden. She makes her own botanical tea for clients. And instead of hiding that and being like, oh, that's kind of weird, like, I don't know if people are gonna like that, she owned it and she infused this into all of her ads. So every detail from her voiceover to her visuals said like, this is for the all-natural girls in my town who wants results and who care about naturally focused healing, skincare, and health. And here's what happened. Robin spent $169 on her ads, and she made $3,000 in appointments from this ad. She spent less than the cost of a nice dinner out with her husband to meet 20 new clients. Like, it was business changing for her. In fact, after she ran this ad, she messaged me. She's like, Stephanie, I have to stop this ad. I'm getting too many requests. Just love to hear that. So it might make you feel a little bit uncomfortable to shine the light on you while uncovering your secret sauce. Like, I get it. It's a lot of introspection. But here's the good news. These 5 questions, they always actually come back to your clients, not you. Even though it feels like it's all about you, it's actually really about your clients. Because we put so much effort in what we're gonna say, how we sound, what we look like, that we're ignoring the most important half of the equation, which is what our clients want, what our clients need. And once you unlock that, all you have to do is just place yourself in front of them with your ads, with your unique solution, which is your secret sauce. So when you're asking yourself these questions, try to always keep the focus on the clients. And this should actually be such a relief if you feel like, I'm tired of being observed. I'm tired of talking about myself. I just want to put the focus on my work. Asking yourself these questions as it relates to your clients will put the focus on the clients who you can help. Because clients care about you in the capacity that you are providing something that they want and need, which is your secret sauce. So remember that you are not the hero of the story. Your client is the hero, and you are just their guide. You're their helper to get them to where they want to go. You're helping your clients to achieve their deepest goals and desires. Again, whether that is clear skin, whether that is thick hair for the first time in their life, whether that's going hair-free and having to not deal with embarrassment. And you're also helping to solve their frustrations. You are uniquely qualified because you've got that blend of personality and talents plus your backstory to help them with this. And that's why we need to uncover your secret sauce so that you can see yourself clearly. Like, you can see, I am special. I have dug into my story and I realize, like, I'm not like everybody else. And I do have something special that my clients are going to latch on to. Once you figure that out, it will make your ads so much more attractive. So I know that that was a little bit philosophical. We're going to get into something really practical in just a second, which is like, what do we show? How do we create these videos without actually getting on camera? But I just want to check in. Does that all make sense? What I just shared about your secret sauce. Jump in the comments and type yes if you're like, yeah, like I get it. I understand why that secret sauce is important. I understand like how I'm starting to uncover my personal brands, but making it about my clients, not about me. Let me know in the comments, type yes if that all makes sense, if it's resonating with you, if you get it, or if you have any questions, like, yeah, I'm just not, it just doesn't make sense to me. How does this fit in? Let me know too. We're gonna do a Q&A at the end so I can answer some of your questions there. Okay, it looks like everybody's saying it makes sense. Amazing. Okay, let's get to the third part, which is the headline reason most of you signed up for this class, because you probably want to run away at the thought of getting on camera. And you're hoping that being camera shy is not going to prevent you from meeting new clients. It really doesn't have to, I promise. So we're going to jump into the faceless video strategy. So let me introduce you to the Faceless Video Shoot Day. This is where you're going to set up your camera and film for an hour, maybe 2 hours, and you don't need to show your face on film. We're going to plan this all out so that last minute when you've got your phone and you're ready to start filming, you're not panicking and thinking like, what do I do? What do I show? What do I do with my hands? Like, why am I so awkward? We're gonna plan it out step by step. So a crucial ingredient to this faceless video formula is a shot list. What we're gonna do first is we're gonna create a shot list of all the different video clips that we wanna get on our phone. Which angles we're gonna show, what steps in our services or treatments we're gonna show. So be sure to, like, if you've got a notebook, which I hope you do, scribble down some of the ideas we're gonna go through here, because I really think they're gonna spark some inspiration for you. And if you've already got video clips in your phone of some of these things that we're gonna go through, amazing. Put them in a folder on your phone called like B-roll videos or promotional videos, like save them there so you can come back to them later. Keep it low effort, I love it. So let's get into it. Let's look at 3 ways we're gonna share your story and share your personal brands without even needing to show your face. So the first thing that we wanna do is show the vibe of your beauty studio or your suite. So showing what your space looks like and the experiences that you create, it does so much of the heavy lifting to create ads that really build trust. Remember, we're all about building trust with our ads. So when clients can picture what it's like to have an appointment with you, it makes it so much easier for them to say yes. So this video that I just shared is from Allie. You can find her on Instagram at The Organized Hairstylist. She helps hairstylists to create beautiful salon suites. I love Allie. I've interviewed her, and I wanted to share her video here because her space is just gorgeous. And it's not just gorgeous, it's also thoughtful. And even if you don't have like those big windows and a bay to look out on, you can still make your space look inviting with your ads. So let's talk about how to do that. That could mean sharing like the music that you play. If you've got like records or a playlist, if you want to put that music in the background of your ad, the lighting that you've had, if you've got a diffuser, any of the decor of your space, how you set up your treatment bed. What are some of those small little details about how you set up your table with your products, your back bar, maybe some of the snacks that you have? Do you do a warm towel service? Any of those special things that you have, whether they're decor touches, client experience touches, write all of those ideas down on a list. So here's what that list could look like. Grab a piece of paper and actually brainstorm all of the things that make your space cozy, unique, and beautiful. So feel free to take a screenshot here. And I'd love, I think it would be really helpful if you could jump in the comments and type one thing in your space that you'd like to showcase in your videos. So maybe that's like you've got a cute wall with some like boho beaded things on it, or you've got really cute retail products that you want to show. Maybe you've got your dog in there. You have like an amazing huge plant that clients always comment on. Like, type it in the comments, because I really think that we can inspire each other of like, wow, there are so many cool things that I can show in my space that I didn't even necessarily think about. And the next, so on one side of your list, you're going to have a list of those shots that you want. And then beside each item, jot down how you're going to film it to make it translate on camera. So those could be like close-up shots where you're not even like moving your phone at all. It's just a close-up. It could be panning across product. It could be like some of your plants. You've got maybe the fan going, or like your window open so they're moving a little bit. Could be you walking with your phone towards your retail products shelves, lights being turned on and details being revealed as the lights come on in your space, maybe dropping some oil into a diffuser. You can show your hands organizing your tools. Like, there's so many things that you can show that really give people a feel of like, I get it. Like, this is what her space is like. And that is half the battle. Once people can imagine themselves in your space, that is already doing half of the job of making them feel comfortable to come into a new space that they've never been into. Like, I think that we don't even realize how important it is, how difficult it is to walk in a new space that we've never been into before. But if you've already feel like you've been in that space, it makes it so much easier. Susie says angel cards reading at the end. I love that, Susie. Hope says after service green juice. Perfect. I feel like you could even just have like a shot of you pouring the green juice from a nice carafe into like a glass. Jackie says a large feature wall that I painted. You painted it yourself. I love that. That's probably such like, I'm sure that clients love that. Keep typing in your ideas if you have them, guys. And if you're stuck for an idea here, I have a new bonus in my program, the Ad Lab, called the Faceless Video Formula. In this bonus, you're going to get 270 B-roll style videos for hair, lashes, waxing, facials, plus a guide to a content batching day. So everything you need to do to get all this content done in just an hour or two. So imagine how easy that's going to make your life. If you want to get this guide, the Faceless Video Formula, I'll show you at the end how to join the Ad Lab and get this bonus. But obviously, we've got tons of content to get through before then. I just wanted to give a little caveat there. Okay, the second thing that we're going to do is we're going to film videos that share hints of you. And this makes a lot of people sweat, but I promise that you can do this without even showing your face. There's some really, really clever ways to do this. So to get inspired, you can go on TikTok, go on Instagram, and watch some like facial or balayage or lashing videos. And you'll see that a lot of times, like this video here with my student Annie, you can kind of see a hint of the beauty professional without even really seeing them. You just see their hands, you see the back of their head, you see them at an angle over their shoulder. This is where we can get a hint of who you are, but we don't need to see you, and you don't even need to be talking to the camera. So just by seeing your hands working with a client, just by peeking over your shoulder where we can see the side or back of your head, here's another fun one where there's something in the foreground and you are in the background doing something, cleaning, prepping your space. Having different shots that are further away and closer up from different angles. This is so that you are present, that you're not some random stock video downloaded from Canva or, a business owner who's completely absent. You're present, but you're not feeling super exposed in these videos. So here are some ideas for some clever angles to film. Feel free to take a screenshot of this if you like. You can go over the shoulder, showing your shoulder and the back of your head when you're with a client. Show your hands moving across a client's face or hair from behind. So if you're a hairstylist, you can actually just set up the tripod behind you so that we're just seeing the back of you with a client. An over the shoulder shot while you walk through your studio. You're reaching for a product on a shelf. A blurred shot of you prepping your space before a client. This one is so much fun. So this is what it could look like. So this is where you can use, I tested this myself. It looks really good. Go on your phone, whether it's an Android or an iPhone, they both have this feature. Go on cinematic mode. And then put your phone on a tripod and put it close to a cute decor touch, like a pretty candle or a plant. Focus your phone. So like tap your finger on your phone to focus on that object. See how the candle here is focused. And then in the background, we can see your space, but it's kind of blurred. It looks cute. And you can be in the background. You can walk across. You can be prepping your space. You can be mixing some products. You're blurred out, but you're still there. And then afterwards, when you go to view this clip on your phone, you can actually turn up the blur even more with the editing options if you feel like you're too visual here, if you're being seen too much. Okay, so third thing that we want to show in your ad video is the client experience. So we already know, like we talked about this, our ads should be client focused, but not just like any boring clips showing like hair being tossed or a close-up of lashes. What we really want to see is the client's faces, them smiling, laughing, their reactions to the changes that you've helped them make. Because again, our clients want to see themselves in our ads. So here are some ideas for how you could do this. Oh, and by the way, this video is from Tyler, who I was talking about before. And yes, like in this video, Tyler is present. Like she was fine showing her face. But you could easily see how even those like 2 or 3 clips where she is showing her face, if those were taken out, you would still get the exact same story and you would still get the feeling of Tyler being there in her ad. So here's a tip for you. If you are doing a facial package that appeals to a certain type of client, for example, who's like 44 years old, who's physically fit, who works, who is just noticing the first signs of aging, what you want to do is you want to focus on that type of client visually in your ads. So we want the demographics to line up of who you're targeting with this package or offer and who you're visually showing in your ad. So if you're targeting this 44-year-old woman, we don't want to be showing like an older man in our videos. It just won't resonate as much with those people. So here are some of the client shots that most beauty professionals are missing out on. First of all, the reveal. So that moment when your client is looking in the mirror after their appointment to see their reaction, like this is such a magical moment. You could just tell them, you know, look at yourself and smile, or touch your hair, or, you know, bat your lashes. The magic movement moment. So this one is so like our brains are wired to watch these kind of videos where we're showing a client, but we're showing something visually happening. Either that is physically moving or revealing something. So for example, say you do like brow henna and you have a video of you wiping it off to reveal the brow underneath. Anytime that we're revealing something or moving something or there's an immediate transformation, we just love those kind of things. The laughing clip. So where your client is talking with you or laughing, again, you don't even need to be present. The focus is on your clients. And if they're laughing, if they're talking, it really shows connection between you and your clients and really breaks the tension. Leaving the salon. I barely ever see this one happening, but I do think that it's a big moment because that moment, I actually talked with a client's experience professional, and she said that we need to understand and capture our clients' highest moment of emotion. And often their highest moment of emotion is as they're leaving and they're checking themselves in the mirror and they're like, wow, I look good. And then they're leaving your space and they're like, wow, I feel good. Like, I feel like $1,000,000. If only I could look like this every day. So if you can get a video of them leaving your space with that look on their face, it says so much. And then when you're filming your client process, be sure to switch up the angles and the distances that you're filming from to keep it interesting. I see a lot of people, especially estheticians, who will film like a facial treatment just from above, start to finish. What we really want is we want to see different angles from above, from the side, from further away, from closer up, so that we have options for our videos to keep the mind engaged and keep it moving. So here are some tips for some great videos. First of all, buy a tripod. I got mine on Amazon. I spent like $25 on it, and I literally use it every single week whenever I need to make content. So invest in that. It will make things so much easier. Film clips that are 10 seconds long. So you don't need to film a 1-minute clip of you doing something. Literally just 10 minutes is enough, because the most engaging ad videos have 2 to 5 second clips. So clips that don't last any more than 5 seconds each. And the videos themselves that I have seen that are tending to do better and better ad videos are only 30 seconds max. So that means 6 to 15 clips total. So think quantity, like we want lots of different types of clips. And I've given you a lot of ideas, from the client experience to showing your vibe to showing hints of you. We want lots of clips. And then here's something that I've learned. When something is moving, so say for example, I think it was Hope was talking about the green juice that she could show at the end, how she gives it to clients at the end of their appointment. So, Hope is there filming, and she's like pouring the carafe into a glass. And it's really visually appealing because it's this nice bright green color. Because the juice is moving, we don't need to move the phone. Hope could just put her phone on a tripod, keep it static, and then film. So when something is moving, keep the camera still. When nothing is moving, for example, if you're just showing some of your retail products, I like to move the camera a bit, even if that's just to make it a little bit shaky to show that it's not a photo, or to slowly zoom in, or to slowly pan over. That's what I've learned. That I think that makes for a really good video. Okay, so let me just take a sip of water here. You've got your clips, you've got the clips of your vibe hinting at you, we've got the client videos, now we put them all together. So I actually love editing videos, but I know a lot of people hate editing. So my tip for you is to actually use Instagram Reels to edit. Choose 10 or 20 clips and let the app edit them together itself. Like, keep everything low effort. If you already know how to use Instagram Reels, use Instagram Reels to edit your ads. And the best part is that your ads end up looking not like ads, but like Instagram Reels. So edit the text, edit the timing of the clips, adjust your music, add music that adds to your vibe. And then if you want to make it really personal, my next suggestion for you, do a voiceover. So a voiceover is when you're talking on top of your video, and it really is a great way to build your personal brands so that people can like hear your voice and connect with you as a person. Again, you don't need to be seen to be understood as a person. So if you hate your voice, if you're like, no, absolutely not, I'm not ready for that, don't feel like you have to. But if you can push yourself a little bit to do this, having a voiceover makes a big difference. So feel free to take a screenshot here. This is a template for what you could say as your voiceover. So, hi, I'm name. So hi, I'm Jane, for example. I'm a licensed esthetician, or I'm a waxing expert here in Chicago. I love, and then what do you specialize in that you love? If you are, dealing with ingrown hairs, if you've always suffered from thin hair, what's your frustration? And you want goals. So what is that ultimate goal that you want? I'd love to meet you. Send me a message to get all the details about my special offer. You've got a name for your special offer. And then say info is in the caption so they want to read more. Easy, shouldn't take longer than 30 seconds. Once you're down this, once you've got that voiceover, if you've decided to do a voiceover, download your video to your phone. Use that video in your ads. So here's an example of one of my students, Elkie, who made a faceless video with a voiceover. So you can see like the captions are there. You can't hear her, but you can understand that she's doing a voiceover. Elkie charges $700, $900 per client. And she knew that ads were going to do great for her. Like, she just knew, I just need to get some fuel on the fire, but I don't want to get on video. She just wasn't a huge fan of getting on camera. So I recently got an update from her. She said, Stephanie, I haven't run ads in months because I've been fully booked since doing my first video campaign. She's doing 15K months with high ticket clients. She's getting booked out 2 to 3 months in advance. So it doesn't have to be about being famous. My goal for you is not to get you famous. My goal for you is that you share what makes you different, what makes you special, and you click with the right people without, again, even needing to get on camera. So let me check in with you guys. I'm going to check the comments in just a sec. There is a little bit of a delay, but jump in the comments and tell me, like, does this feel doable? Type doable if this is something that, like, yeah, like, I think I can get on with that. Does this strategy make you feel like, yeah, like it does take a little bit of organizing. I'll probably have to write down some of the clips that I'm going to be doing. I can batch this content. Like it's not that there's no work involved, but I hope that this does give you the feeling that the pressure is taken off a bit. Type doable in the comments if you're like, I can do that. Like, I feel like there's finally a way for me to start giving hints of who I am, giving people the idea of what the vibe of my space is, but I don't necessarily need to be super present in it. Dan says, this is a great refresher of ideas. Amazing. Doable, doable, doable. I love it. Okay, great. Thanks, Virginia. Susie says, doable and excited. That's what I was hoping for. Okay, so time for the part where we turn our ads into bookings. Let's get into how to sell with soul and how to sell with heart, even if you hate selling. So after you've got your ad caption, after you've got your video done, the next step is to set up a super simple sales funnel. So to break it down, a potential client will see your ad on Instagram or on Facebook. They'll click on it and then they get sent over to the DMs. So they're not being sent to your website or to your profile, they're going to the DMs. From there, you start a thoughtful and helpful conversation with them, which then leads into a booking. So here's what it looks like on the front end and the back end. So here's an ad for a spray tanner, Anna, and then when people click on that ad, they're going over to a conversation with Anna. So I'm going to break out some of my selling lessons in the ad lab for you now so that you can feel confident on how to book people in, even if you feel like I'm a nobody, I'm new, I have a hard time getting people to like make that commitment and actually book. I really hope that some of these ideas are going to like speak with you and be like, oh yeah, maybe if I tried that out, people would book. So the first part of your conversation is the welcome. This is when people click on your ads and you just start off with a welcome, a brief introduction to yourself. You want to always give them a reason why you are the right person for them to help them with what they want. So that could be like, hey, I'm Morgan. I'm a licensed esthetician. I've helped 900 clients in Black Creek to heal their acne and grow their confidence. Thanks for clicking on my ad. I'd love to hear about your skin concerns. Like, we want to know a little piece about you and then put the focus back on the client. Part 2, questions. So all of the top closers are like salespeople who work in sales. Like, they all say the same thing again and again. If you want to sell, you need to listen more than you talk. How often do we feel like we need to keep giving and giving and giving more information to help people make a decision? The best way to help them make a decision is to ask them questions. This is the time to use your real human empathy to sell. Instead of pushing for an appointment, you open up and pull people in by asking the right questions. And this actually might come as a relief if you're an introvert, you don't know what to say, ask them questions. So things like, hey, Romina, I'd love to hear about what you want done to your hair. Can you send me a photo of what it looks like? Or, hey, Jesse, thanks for asking about my microdermabrasion package. I'd love to ask you some questions. First, can you tell me your biggest skin concerns or frustrations? Or take a look at these photos and let me know which of these lash styles do you prefer, 1, 2, or 3. Asking questions is the best way to not only break the ice, but to really dig into what are their actual goals and concerns. And then part 3 is the call to action. So after you've asked questions, give them the next step to book an appointment with you. If you're an introvert, you might not want to book over the phone. That's perfectly okay. Here are 3 other ways to do it. You can send people to your booking app. So, okay, I'm excited. I think you're going to love it. Here's a link to my booking app and link specifically to the package or offer that is right for them. Another thing that you could do is give them 3 options, or do 3 like a European, 3 options. So you could say, absolutely, I've got some free spots open next week. We can do Monday morning, Wednesday at 2, or Thursday morning around 10. Does any of these work for you? This is actually good if your schedule is not super full, but you want people to feel like you're in demand. And by giving them fewer options, often it will help them to make a decision because they're not overwhelmed. Or if you feel like, no, this client does need flexibility, give them a choice. Say, I'm not that far from where you are. Let me know next week when's the best day for you. Give them the dates and times are open. Let me know and I'll book you in myself. So some great options there for how to sell, how to actually close the sale. Now, the benefit of messaging conversations like this is that we don't feel the pressure of in-person or on the phone sales, but the downside is that our personalities can tend to come across as flat in these conversations. So instead of saying like, hi, let me know how I can help you, which is something that you might say in real life, boost up your personality. You want to say things like, hey, Ashley, it's really good to meet you, even virtually. I love meeting new clients. I hope to get a chance to do your hair. Let me know what you're looking for. Pictures are great. Expand, boost the friendliness factor, and be open and ask questions. So this is Lavon. Oh, what just happened? Oh, man. I've got this app on my computer that always does that. Okay, we're back on. Okay, so this is my student Lavon. For her lab, she advertised hydrofacials for herself and for the girls who rent a space from her studio. So she spent $137 on her messaging ads. She had 10 clients book and she made more than $2,000 in sales. So I think that's like 16 times return on investments. The sales process was so intuitive for clients. They loved it. And Lavon sent me an email a few months ago. Back in February, she was just like keeping in touch. She said, I love what you've done for my business. I don't even have to run ads as often anymore because I'm usually fully booked, which is such a great success story. And I really think that her having a great sales process that really made it feel friendly and intuitive for people made a big difference in the success of her ads. So let's jump into the last part of this class, which is the 5 steps to creating a booked out ad on Instagram and on Facebook. So I just want to hold up a second though and do a check-in with you because I just gave you a whole lot of information and it might feel like it's a little bit too much information. So we're talking about recording videos, we're talking about publishing ads that might potentially reach like thousands of people. You might be thinking to yourself like, can I really do that? Do I really want to be putting myself out there like that? Like exposing myself? I know I'm not showing my face, but I still feel like people are going to know who I am. But let me ask you something. Is the way that you're doing Instagram right now, which Instagram for many of you is probably your main promotion platform, do you feel like if you're honest with yourself that your Instagram strategy is working for you? Or do you feel like you're being watched and then at the same time you're also feeling kind of ignored? On that weekly content grind to show up and look confident when inside you feel like you're crumbling. And feeling the pressure to show more and more of yourself, but feeling like, do I even have anything to give that people care about? Like, what do I even say? Who do I talk about? If you're resonating with any of these right now, it's not because like I'm guessing, it's because these are all things that I have struggled with and continue to struggle with on Instagram. These are real stressors for me in my life. Like you can see here, I've got 20,000 Instagram followers. Growing a bigger following does not solve these insecurities. I promise you that. I know from years in business that the biggest thing standing in our way Can you guys hear me? Because I just hear that Shelly, wait a second. Shelly says your mic went off. Can you guys hear me? Can you just give me a yes if you can still hear me? Okay. Wait, Susie says good thing, sorry. Just give me like a thumbs up or a yes if you can still hear me. Because I get stressed about this kind of thing. It's like, I'm talking. I hope okay, everyone can hear me good. Sorry about that, guys. We can hear you. It just sounds different. Okay. Good. That's all I care about. So I know from years in business that the biggest thing standing in our way is often ourselves. You came to this class today because you've got insecurities and you want to meet new clients without needing to perform or to put yourself out there too hard. And I want to emphasize something. Insecurities, like the kind of insecurity that I just had of like, can they hear me? Like, am I looking like a fool right now? Insecurities are normal and healthy. There's nothing wrong with you for being scared. There's nothing wrong with you for feeling judged, for feeling vulnerable and watched and wanting to hide. I personally think that just means that you have a strong moral compass. You've got high standards and you deeply care about people and also what they think. But while your insecurities should probably keep you grounded, and I'm sure that they do, those same insecurities don't need to keep you hidden. So today we're making a plan for you to get discovered and seen by people, no matter your level of confidence, no matter your flaws or your fears. You saw the anatomy of a trust-building Instagram ad. You learned that formula to uncover your unique secret sauce that just clicks with the right kind of clients. You saw concrete examples of faceless videos to start promoting your business. And you saw how to create a simple sales funnel that really sells with soul and empathy. And now I want to show you the 5-step blueprint to launch a client-attracting ad campaign. If you are ready to start booking appointments every week, if you're ready to finally put away that Instagram stress where I feel like I need to be showing up there all the time, but I just hate it, and you want to promote yourself in a quieter, more client-centered way, then I'd love to introduce you to the Ad Lab. That's where lonely days become full calendar, where self-doubt gets replaced by strategy, and where clients come to you instead of you needing to chase them. So inside, I'm going to guide you through 5 powerful modules, which are those 5 steps to creating booked out ads to go from invisible to in demand. And I know that we've got several Ad Lab students on here with us today, so shout out to you guys. You have helped me to create a program like this, and I'd love to hear from you. If any of you want to share your experiences or results or anything like that, feel free to pop in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. So I want to show you quickly what you're getting inside of the Ad Lab. First, you're going to create an offer that people actually want to book. You'll learn how to package your services in a way that people say like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I need. You'll tap into your story. This is so fundamental. Everything that we've talked about today comes back to this. Tap into your story to create marketing that feels natural and resonates, and write ad captions with confidence, even if you've never known what to say before. You get a ton of templates, and then we also have a new AI writing tool called Snappy Captions, so that you don't even have to write your captions yourself. I personally love seeing how a simple but creative offer like Maylo's lunchtime lift facial can actually make all the difference to having ads that actually work. She said, I did my lunchtime lift facial. I got 8 bookings worth $790. So after we've done that, uncovering your story, creating your caption, your offer, it's all about creating that video. Here you'll plan a low pressure shoot day or use content that you already have. And the cool thing is we've got tutorials, we've got guest speakers in the Ad Lab. Tyler, whose videos you saw, and Wednesday the Lasher, who records great videos for estheticians. They'll teach you exactly what to do. Even if your videos are usually like, meh, this will make all the difference. And then when it comes to editing, we have done for you templates with Instagram Reels so that you just pop in your clips and they're all pre-edited for you and they look cute and professional. If you've ever done boosted posts before and gotten kind of mixed results, doing a video like how we show you can make all the difference. So one of my students, who's the owner of Mahogany Salon and Spa, she said we usually did a photo, but this time we did a video and it really did the trick. We booked 29 clients for our facial treatments and made more than $3,000. So you've got your ad ready to go, and you've got your video and your caption, your offer. And then in module 3, this is where you're going to launch your first client booking ads. So we're going to target the right people in the ads manager and skip all those confusing steps. We'll launch an ad that sends bookings straight to the DMs. Remember, I showed you this. I've tested this with so many students, and ads that go to the DMs tend to convert better. So here's where we're going to build a simple backend flow so that you can turn ads into real conversations and clients using these sales templates that I give you inside of the Ad Lab. So if you've ever done boosted posts or ads with 0 results, give me a show of hands. You can type in 0 if you want. This happened to my student Natalie before. She had spent hundreds, if not thousands, on ads with 0 results, and then all of a sudden, things changed when she learned exactly how to launch an ad with the right settings that lead to appointments. She said, I posted my first ad on Sunday evening, and I already had 2 people book and 1 more lead. I've tried doing things before, and this is the first time it's actually worked. Oh my gosh, my throat. And then within a few days, your DMs are likely going to start blowing up. So module 4 is where you're going to actually sell. Sorry about that. Here's where you're going to respond in a way that feels friendly and professional. Again, we've got lots of sales templates to figure out, okay, what do I say to people? How do I sell to them in the DMs? What if they ghost me? How do I follow up with them? You'll turn just curious messages into booked appointments. And this is where we dig into the numbers and the analytics. So this is where you understand your ad results and know what to do next if your ads aren't working. Doing ads doesn't have to be hard. You can actually set up a sales machine better than any marketing agency. I've had so many students come to me, like Helen, who said, like, I've attempted working with other marketing agencies before. I've never had this kind of result. You know why? Because it's coming from you, because it's coming from your heart, and no one understands your clients better than you. A marketing agency just doesn't get it. Finally, in module 5, you'll take your first ad successes and turn it into an evergreen system to get leads on tap. So here's, you're gonna troubleshoot ads if they're not working, test out campaigns for every season. I've got my ads all year long guide, and then grow to new places, whether that's growing an email list, getting into education. I am there with my coaches to help you every step of the way, no matter what you want to achieve with ads. So Romina, remember I told you that I was going to be featuring you. Romina, you came to one of my classes a couple years ago, I think last year maybe, and you said, I joined 3 years ago and I'm still selling from the Ad Lab tips and examples. I even had other hairdressers asking if they could copy my ads. Learning ads is a gift that keeps on giving in your business. For now and in the future, ads are not going anywhere. So these are the 5 core modules. This is the 5-step blueprint to create Instagram ads that work. When you join, you get lifetime access to these modules. They're always being reflected to update, being updated to reflect what's new. But what really makes the Ad Lab special is all the support that you get. So we have weekly group coaching on Zoom. This is where we jump on Zoom every single Monday for an hour. You get personalized advice, feedback. I show you what to do next. My number one goal as a teacher is to get you results. And I promise you that I will work as hard as I can to help you on group coaching and then in our Facebook group. So we also have, you get lifetime access to our private students Facebook group. This is where you're going to be joined by hundreds of other beauty professionals on the same journey as you. You can help each other, support each other. Our coaches are in there every single day answering questions. You can see what everyone else is advertising, see whose ads are working, get inspired. It's really special, and I love our coaches, Carolyn and Leah, who are there every single day supporting you. So you have lifetime access to this, both the weekly group coaching and on-demand help. You can go in a month from now, 12 months from now, 4 years from now. We are there to support you. Plus, this is a brand new bonus that I've never done before. Right now, I'm doing like a special promotion. In this exclusive bonus, we're gonna sit down for a 1-hour marketing audit, just you and me on Zoom. So I will go through all of your stuff, your website, your Instagram, your promotions. I will show you your points to improve, your ideas for building clientele, missed opportunities, a whole lot of motivation. And then you'll also get a 3-month marketing plan written by me for your business. I used to charge clients hundreds and hundreds of dollars for this, and I stopped doing one-to-one ad services and marketing services, but I'm bringing it back, and it's just for this special promotion that I'm offering it to you. So with all of this stuff, the Jumpstart Bonus Suite should not say that. It should say the one-on-one marketing plan. With all of this stuff, you're getting over $4,000 in strategies, coaching, assets, and one-to-one help. And we have students in the ad lab that are killing it, making like $11,000 in one ad. That would be an investment worth making, $4,000. It would be a steal. Even charging half of that would be incredible value. But I do know that many of you are in the early stages of your business. You've got a small business. I want this program to be accessible no matter where you're starting from. So you can get access to everything that will help you build a business with ads without showing your face on camera, starting with just one payment of $247. You can do that $247, or you can do a single payment $647 and save a bit of money. No matter which option you choose, you get instant and lifetime access to everything. So the booked out ads formula, the ad vault with dozens of examples of ads, step-by-step guides that are constantly updated, weekly live group coaching calls, student community, and the one-to-one marketing audit and marketing plan that I'm making just for your business. You get instant and lifetime access to all of that. And to join during this special period, you just go to www.joinadlab.com/live and be sure to type in the www. I also have a special bonus if you join today while we're on class. And I'll go through that in just a second, but I want to bring up something right now. You might be wondering, like, money is tight right now. Maybe summer is slow. Can I really make that investment back, Stephanie? Like, is it worth investing in a course like this? I want to ask you, what is one client worth to you? $100, $300, $500? If you paid $247 today, how many clients and appointments do you think that you can make in your first month of running ads? I've seen what my students can do. I've seen stories from people like Marianne, who found an automated way to build a loyal clientele. So she said, I've been running the exact same one ad for 6 months, and my rebooking rate was 70%. I love that. Or Ayano, my student who moved locations and raised her prices despite a fear of change, and she found amazing new clients who were willing to pay her new prices. Or Sophia, she started a business with just 3 clients. She did her first ad campaign, gained 12 new clients, and 10 of them rebooked with her. So we have countless stories. Booking just 1 or 2 new clients could completely cover your entire investment, but it's not about getting 1 or 2 clients. Like, this is a system, and ads are a skill that can completely transform your entire business. I am proof of that. Many of you who are on this class originally found me through my ads or recently found me through my ads. And I want you to feel safe if you're looking at taking the leap of joining the ad lab. So I do have a deal for you. So investing in yourself can feel scary, especially if you've felt burned by other courses before. So that's why I offer a no risk guarantee. I call it the 60-day dream clients guarantee. If you join the ad lab, you do the work, you launch your ad, and you're unsatisfied with it. You feel like you didn't get a return on investment, you didn't get the clients you wanted. All you have to do is email me within 60 days and I'll give you a full refund. Just show me that you did the work and that's it. Because I believe in this process. I've seen it work for myself and for the more than 1,000 graduates that we've had, and I believe that you can do this too. So here's a special bonus for you. The faceless video formula. If you join the ad lab while we are live on class today, we're gonna go into Q&A in just a second. you will get instant access to the faceless video formula. This is 6 months of content done for your ads and posts without even showing your face. So in this guide, you're gonna get 270 ideas for faceless B-roll videos that you can record and how to set up a content batching day to get it all done in just an hour or two. So for anyone who's camera shy, who has, a block of figuring out what to record, these are gonna be so helpful for you. From facials to lashes to waxing to balayage to microblading, whatever it is, we've got ideas for you. And then this is another bonus called the Jumpstart Bonus Suite. It's a lot of really great content. So here you get payday emails, the faceless video formula, and the model call strategy. I'll save that for the Q&A to go through all of that stuff, but these are some extra bonuses that you get when you join. And then as another special bonus, we are doing a draw for a $100 Sephora gift card. So if you enroll in the Ad Lab while we are live today, I have my little jewelry box here. My Korean friend Susie gave this to me and I keep it around, and I like to use it sometimes for these things. So here's the deal. If you join the Ad Lab while we are live, I'm going to write your name on one of these little sticky notes. I'm going to put your name inside of the jewelry box. I'll fold it up. And then at the end, once we finish our Q&A, I'll pull out one name. And if it's you, you get a $100 Sephora e-gift card, just as a way to say thank you for joining, just to sweeten the pot a little bit and to share my excitement for any new students who are going to be joining us today. So to join, you can go to www.joinadlab.com/live. And I also want to acknowledge that I just went through a lot of stuff. I shared with you all the content about the faceless video formula. And I also talked about the Ad Lab and everything that's included. But I want to clarify on something. With the Ad Lab, I do give you a lot of back-end setup tutorials. I do give you all the step-by-step guides and the templates to make ads that convert. But we both know that you can get a heck of a lot of information online these days. You are here for a different reason. You're maybe thinking about the Ad Lab for a different reason. Because you need someone that you can trust. You need someone who has your back. You need someone, a team of people who are cheering for you, who had the deep experience to back up what they promise. You need someone who can hold your insecurities, that fear of getting on camera, understand that constant mental load of showing up on Instagram constantly, and someone who's gonna firmly but gently push you to help you uncover what makes you unique, to help you create those videos that share your secret sauce, to challenge you to promote in a way that might feel a bit uncomfortable at first, and to give you all the support in the world to help you find success. I promise you that is my number one goal as a teacher. So let me ask you, what would change if you no longer felt invisible in your business? What would your business look like if you had those steady clients, steady income, full control over your calendar? If your spouse, your partner saw you thriving and you felt proud of your business and you finally believed deep in your bones, I am good at this. I know I'm good at this. I know I'm meant to do this. You don't need more time or more confidence or more followers. You really just need a clear plan for what to do and a guide who's walked this path with hundreds of others. And that's what I'm giving you inside of the Ad Lab. And when I say you finally believe deep in your bones, I am good at this, I really think that a lot of us are doubting ourselves. A lot of us are feeling like, I don't have anything special to give. You do have something special to give. And I hope that this class, and I hope if you join the Ad Lab, you will work with me and our team to uncover that and make that come out in your ads so that you can put yourself in front of the right people. So here's the deal. If you want to get access to all the support that we provide, plus the faceless video formula, plus your 3-month marketing plan, plus the Jumpstart bonus suite with the payday emails and the model call, so many good bonuses right now when you join the Ad Lab. Plus, you'll be in the running for a Sephora $100 gift card. In order to get the faceless video formula and a chance to get the Sephora gift card, all you have to do is join the Ad Lab today while we are live on class. So go to www.joinadlab.com/live. You get so much great stuff when you're joining right now. And after the timer runs out, the faceless video formula and the Sephora gift card will no longer be available. So be sure to check that out and let me know in the comments if you have any questions at all about the Ad Lab, about any of the content that we went through today, anything like that. Any of our success stories, if this would work for you, if this won't work for you, can you advertise this, that, and the other thing? Like, no bad questions at all. I would love to help you figure out, like, is this a good question? Is this a good program for you to join? Is it going to help you do what you want to do in your business? So let me jump into the comments and see what you guys are saying here. Genevieve says, Stephanie, your class act love turning into your master classes. Thank you, Genevieve. Genevieve has been one of our students in the Ad Lab for a long time, for 4 years, I think, 3 or 4 years. And she's just done so many great things with her ads. I actually interviewed her for our YouTube channel. So thank you for being here, Genevieve, and thank you for coming on to class. Susie says, I needed to hear this today. I'm really glad it resonated with you, Susie. And for anyone who's out there watching, like, whether you join the Ad Lab or not, I truly, truly hope that what we went through in class today is making you feel, if nothing else, just a little bit less alone. That, like, it is hard to constantly be showing up and self-promoting and putting ourselves out there and feeling vulnerable. It's like, no, I just want to help people. Like, I just want to be behind the scenes. I hope that today you are seeing some easy ways to kind of like peek behind that curtain, like peek out from behind the curtain that you're maybe hiding behind. But doing it in a way that feels comfortable to you and in a way that makes you sure of, like, I'm getting seen by the right people that I can help. And I'm not needing to like show up as an influencer or anything like that in order to do it. Katrina says, good presentation. However, I do not have a business. I was curious about your video, have been seeing your ads on Facebook, and I just have some free time just to join. I'm happy to have you here, Katrina. I'm glad that it was really helpful for you. And I hope that you've, learned some things about advertising, about showing up that will serve you whatever you do in the future. Because maybe you've got an idea for a business and that's why you showed up here today. Susie says, will the content work in the UK too? Is the process on Instagram ads the same? Absolutely, Susie. Like, some of my best students have come from the UK. So we've got Honora here. I don't know if she's still on live, but she's in Scotland. And Honora, like, at the very beginning, I think 4 years ago, she joined the Ad Lab, and her ads just went off like crazy. It really is just about understanding your people and then creating ads that resonate with them and click with them. So geographically, we've had students from all around the world. And I mean, the only limitation that you have there is that it's in English. But as long as you speak English and understand it, all of the templates you can translate into your own language. And again, it's really just about understanding who your people are, who you are, and then how you can make that come across in your ads. Virginia says, I love the Ad Lab. Thanks. Thank you so much. Ramita says, I'm already on the Ad Lab, but I want a one-on-one. Yes, great question, Ramita. So send me an email if there are any Ad Lab students out there who are like, I want some of these bonuses. I'm still figuring out like how I'm going to offer these bonuses to current Ad Lab students, but shoot me an email. I'll let you know like how you can get access to it, because technically for this promotion, it's just for new students, but I'm kind of seeing like, how could I make this work out for existing students too? So thank you. Hope says support in the group is on point. I love that. Thank you, Hope, for saying that. Yeah, the support that we provide in the Ad Lab is, I think, really special. We are literally showing up there every single day in the Facebook group, answering questions. Like, I don't think a day goes by that we don't have some sort of discussion going on of like, hey, can you take a look at my ad? Or, hey, it's performing like this? Is this normal? Like, what can I do to get better results? How do I respond to these kind of questions, these DMs from clients? Like, we go through everything. And it's not just about ads. We also have Leah there, who's our business coach, and she's on group coaching every week on Monday. And she also is in the Facebook group, and it's like, do I need to change my prices? How can I make my customer service better? We really go through every part of your business. Camille says, I'm halfway through the ad lab. Starting made me focus, and I had a bit of a rebrand. I also implemented a booking system and simplified my website to make booking easier. Love that. I want to get this done before I advertise. That is where I am now. And then I had a wobble. This gave me the boost I need. Camille, I remember seeing you on group coaching. I'm so glad that you're back. I know that sometimes we can run through like hiccups, maybe things that are going on in our personal lives or changes in our business that make us feel like, oh, like I just am falling behind. I feel like I'm invisible. When you do ads, it's so easy to get visible again. So don't worry. You're not missing out on anything. We are right there for you to help support you when you're ready to get back into ads again. And for anyone who's feeling like I've been invisible, like I don't know if I can find the confidence to like even get seen again and show up again, you can do this, and we will make advertising so easy for you, I promise. Jillian says, you verbalize what I sense is the way forward, social media, but I'm in my 60s. Have a good business, but has been wildly affected by immigration and semigration since COVID lockdown. South Africa has its problems. Yeah, absolutely. I feel like so much is changing in the business world. I mean, I'm not super familiar with South Africa, and I know that each country has its own things going on politically, economically, culturally, socially. But I do know that I do sense a shift. And I think a lot of my students have sensed a shift in like what it takes to promote a business, what it takes to grow. I'm seeing it in my own business, honestly. I think that advertising is just visibility. What you put into that visibility changes depending on what's happening right now. What used to work for advertising pre-COVID doesn't work the same way anymore. I'm changing the ad lab all the time to stay current. And again, whether or not you're an ad lab student, I think it's really important to keep tabs on like what's working right now, what's not working. Jillian, if you want to chat about this of like, how do I advertise myself right now? There's a weird situation. Like, feel free to send me a DM on Instagram. I'd love to help you like brainstorm that a little bit. Lisa says, I work from my home studio. Is there a way to safely advertise without exposing myself and my family too much? Great question, Lisa. I've actually had this question from some of my students before, and it's definitely a legitimate concern. So what I would do is, and you might already do this, like as part of your onboarding process, don't just give out your address to anybody. You can do a form that people have to fill out with Jotform or with Google Forms, like an onboarding questionnaire before they're accepted as a client, and then you give them your address. When it comes to advertising, I would say, you don't have to say that it's a home salon in your ad. I would keep it, focused on your client experience, your decor, all of that. Once it gets to the point where you're like chatting with people and talking about, where you're located, what your space is like, then you can give them that information. I don't think that in advertising, you're putting yourself or your family at risk. Like I said, because you don't need to say where you're located. You don't need to give any specific location information. Your Facebook page, your Instagram page, you can keep your location very general. Say the area that you're in instead of your actual address. But yeah, you've got a home salon. I think advertising could be great for getting more exposure to the right kind of clients. Romina says, I do not want to promote a service, but a product. Do I follow the same 5 steps? Romina, if you're on here right now, could you let me know in the comments, What is the product that you want to advertise? I'd love to hear that because I think that that does make a difference. So the 5 steps that you need to follow in order to promote your product are, first of all, have a great offer. So that's what we do in module 1, you know that. So you can do a great offer on a product too. And that could be free shipping. It could be you send them like a little sample kit with some little products if you're doing like an online order. It could be you have like a little gift bag with some scrunchies or some, you're a hairstylist, so maybe some scrunchies, something small but valuable. One of my students, Robin, she gave away some of her like lip balm that was like a $7 value, something like that. So your offer, your story, uncovering your story brand. So why are you selling this product? Why do you believe in it so much? And how does that story resonate with your clients? Like exactly what they're looking for. Second step, make your video. So yes, like with the products, videos, you've probably seen them on Instagram and Facebook. Like whenever there's a new e-commerce business promoting like skincare, cosmetics, anything like that, like the videos, the visual part of it makes such a difference. So yes, the video. Then there is the actual launching of your ad. This deviates a little bit from what we were talking about because when you're selling a product online, you don't want to send people to DMs. You want to send them to the sales page. And your sales page needs to be amazing. It needs to really convince people that this is the best product for them. Reviews, photos, videos, ingredients, there's so much that goes into a high converting product page. I don't go through that in the ad lab, but I do have an experience in e-commerce, so I can definitely help you with that on group coaching and in the Facebook group. And then results. So launching your ad to people, to the right people, looking at your results, keeping a tabs on your analytics. A lot of the things do cross over, but the results in terms of like what is working, how many people are buying, am I getting a good return on investment? A lot of that will depend on you setting up the analytics on your end to understand like, okay, who's buying, how much am I making, all of that. And we can help you with that as well. So feel free to post in the Facebook group and we'd love to help you with like figuring out I believe it's an e-commerce ad that you want to run. Let's see. How much would I need to spend a month on adverts to get the guarantee? Oh yeah, great question, Susie. So I recommend that you spend $5 to $10 a day on your ads. So that would be an average, let's say, of $7 to $8 a day. Now, in order to get the money back guarantee, you need to be running your ads for at least 5 days. Better 7, because by 7 days you can really see like, are these ads working or not? Because sometimes it does take a few days for them to take off and actually start working. So say you're spending like $10 a day and you're running your ad for 7 days, that's $70. By that point, you should see whether your ad is working. If it were me and I were doing it, I would be like, okay, if I saw that it wasn't getting the results I want, I would be like, okay, let's pivot. Let's try something different. Let's try a different caption, a different video, a different headline, all of that. And that's what we help you in the ad lab too, is like troubleshooting. Okay, if your ad's not working, then what? It's never a period. It's always a comma of like, what do I do next? But if you're asking about the money back guarantee, that's how it works. At least have your ad running for at least 5 days. Show us your results. If you're unhappy with it, we'd be happy to give you your money back. Or even better, you're free to do that, no questions asked. But even better is like, what do I do next to get my ads working? How do I get support from Stephanie and her team? And you have 60 days to, test it out and see if it works for you. Great question. Okay, we've got 7 seconds left on the timer. Let me just go to my email inbox. Okay, so nobody joined the ad lab while we were live, and I'm going to be vulnerable here for a second. Back in the day when people would like join the ad lab while I was live, I would get so excited and like be like, yes, like people want what I'm offering. People, love what I'm promoting. And that means that I'm a successful business owner. And of course, I was also hoping that today people would join while we were live, but I know that buying habits have also changed. And I know that sometimes it takes some extra time to think about it and to process it and to research it and to figure out like, is this for me or not? I totally get it. So if you are interested in joining the ad lab, but you just need some more time to think about it and you've got some questions, you have my email address. Email me back and let me know what I can do to help you figure out, like, is this a good fit for you, for your business, for what you're looking for your budget, for where you're at, all of that. If, on the other hand, you are not interested in joining and you're just here for the free information, thank you for being here. Really, I actually love giving classes like this, even though they're tiring, it takes a lot of work. It just means a lot that you guys are here watching and that you're showing up for your business and that I'm actually able to teach you something that I hope helps you. Your story really does matter. You matter. The people that you're serving, the clients that you're serving need you. And oftentimes it's just a question of getting yourself visible in front of the right people in order to build your business. You don't need to change anything about how you provide service, which services you provide, your pricing, any of that. You just need to get in front of the more of the right people. And I hope that today's class really gave you some ideas of like, okay, this feels doable. Like I can do this. So you don't need to even show up on camera. You just really need to understand like, who are those people? How am I serving them? How can I just get in front of them? And I really think that Instagram and Facebook ads are one of the best ways to do that. So thank you everyone who's came. Let me go back to the chat here so I can give you guys some shout outs. Thank you, Jackie, Hope, Camellia, Romina, Susie. You guys are all amazing. Jillian, I really, really appreciate you. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And again, keep in touch through email if you have any questions or you want to chat about anything else. Bye for now, everyone.